Just make sure the audio didn't drop out.
Okay, so Streets of Rage 2, what I've considered one of the best brawling games of all time.
Oh yeah.
Just had a 25th anniversary on the 13th of January. I didn't even know. From 92, and we're playing this on Wii. I don't have the cartridge for Genesis, so I'm sorry for that. But we're gonna play it right now, Virtual Console, Wii through Wii U. So let's do this shit. One of the best soundtracks of all time, right here.
Oh yes. This will make you appreciate the Genesis sound chip.
Oh shit.
Player
so
one.
so you have to. All right. So I'm gonna reset this. So
Sure.
we can start from the beginning. No, not return to Wii menu. I want to reset it. So you have to hit a button on your Wiimote.
What do I gotta
John?
hit?
Not on that one. Hit it on the actual mote.
Where is that? Oh,
Where it's connected to?
you know what? This is not connected. Ladies
Well,
and
that's
gentlemen,
why.
we are professionals here. Never mind that the Wii controller is
did
not
you-
plugged into the Wiimote.
I was like, oh god, did you lose it? Did you lose what it was? Yeah.
Okay, I'm plugging it in.
Now we got it.
Plugging this in. There we go.
Best music ever. I fucking
Yes.
love this intro here. I mean, I've listened to the soundtrack so many times that I don't really know this intro, like the visual part of it, but I know this fucking song. I mean, I have a double record of this,
Yes, he does. I can confirm.
and it's so good.
You have
yeah.
2 Streets of Rage soundtracks on vinyl.
Yeah, I got Streets of Rage 1 and 2 because they were on sale or something. But I love Streets of Rage. It has a actually. You want to talk about Genesis? So when I was a kid, I had my Super Nintendo, and a friend of mine had a Genesis. And I remember him bringing his Genesis over, and he's like, "You should play the Streets of Rage 2 game." And I remember like listening to this music and be like, "Oh god, this music is so good." And like Skate, I remember Skate
Yep,
and all
Skate.
that stuff. Yeah.
Blaze, Axel. You know, these were the names that we had back in the 80s. Whatever happened to those?
Let's see. Let's give us however many lives that we can get. We'll play on normal. We can do that. All right. Let's do this shit. Yeah, I know this song too. I know all these fucking songs. I'm gonna be Axel because whenever he does his uppercut, he says, "Up the punks." I had a friend that would always say "Up the punks," so I always thought that's what he was saying.
I'm gonna be Skate.
Go for it.
There we go.
Yeah, all this music is amazing. I like how it says clap down there. Yeah, fuck you up. Yeah. Oh shit. I'm already in a move. I was gonna say, do you remember any of the moves?
Not really.
Okay, so I think all right. So A is jump, and
Yep.
B is hit, and Y is to do your special move,
Got it.
which will take some of your life away. So don't. But you can also. I know that I don't know what Skate's moves are, but Axel, if you roll down to forward, he'll do like a he'll do like a dragon uppercut, yeah. And he'll say up the punks. See? Hey man, you're fucking hitting me too.
Sorry. Oh, are we on? Oh man, we can hit each other. I forgot.
Yeah, fucking Streets of Rage, 25 years old. I mean, Streets of Rage is. I mean, like I said, I didn't have a Genesis until last year, but I love the fuck out of this game. I own it on Virtual Console on Wii. I own the 3D version on 3DS, which is really good. I own the records. I basically got everything I could of Streets of Rage. Sorry,
No problem.
didn't mean to do that. I didn't realize that we had. I looked at the option. There wasn't anything in there about a friendly fire. But I guess we're we're fighting each other now.
It's been a while since I played this game, but I thought there was a no friendly fire mode.
Maybe there was, but we're already in it now, so we gotta
Let's
stay
just
with
do
it.
So
Let's
what I
skate.
love most about this game is just the pure attitude. You know, this comes of a certain era that I think is.
Well, and also the
God.
music is still like fucking rocking back there because the music is fucking amazing.
Yep.
It's like non-stop. I mean, I know, like I said, I know this because I have it on record and I've listened to it a bunch of times. But I know
How
it's
does it
fucking
sound
good. Here,
on
go
vinyl?
go get that.
I need that. Yep. How does it sound on vinyl?
Well, you'll have to remind me to play it for you before we go
I
to
need
get
to.
breakfast in the morning.
Yep.
Because I can't really describe it. You'll have to just listen to it. But I think it sounds great.
So yeah, speaking of breakfast in the morning, I am actually here with Trey, live in person for the first time in a long time.
We are. We're playing Streets of Rage, one of the best games of all time.
Playing Streets of Rage. You know, I live in California. Trey and I met about 15 years ago now here in Chicago.
Oh, wow. Well, yeah, it was like 15 years, wasn't it? Because it was like 2002.
Yeah, and this is the first time we've been together in person for a good, I don't know, probably 9 years. I think last time was maybe 2009. So yeah, 8-9 years.
Yeah, well, glad you're back.
I'm glad
We
I'm
play
back
some
too.
Streets of Rage. Oh, it's forward. It's not down forward. Down forward is Final Fight 3. This is just forward to do his up the punks move. Yeah, there it is.
I got a knife. Look out.
Yeah, well, I got a fucking whatever this is.
Yep, I got a knife and skates.
I got a fucking pipe cleaner. Or
I'm
no,
a blade
what
on
do you call it?
wheels. Look out. I've said it maybe a million times before on the podcast, but I really miss beat 'em up games, and I want them to come back.
Well, there are going to be a couple indies coming out for Switch. Hopefully, I mean, what they need to do is you just need to full on rip off Streets of Rage 2 is really what you need to do, and Final Fight 3. Those are the ones that matter.
Yep. I feel like beat 'em ups never really made successfully the transition
To
into
3D. Yeah, no, they didn't.
The closest I think.
Well, you
we
remember
had-
Fighting Force? You remember that game?
Yeah, I do remember Fighting Force.
Yeah, the Fighting Force is on 64.
On PlayStation
Remember
on
that?
64, yeah.
Well, that was the people attempting to do that. There were even some Wii games.
Yep.
I don't remember what they were called, but there were Wii game beat 'em ups. Because I remember they did
Mad
the
World.
elevator. Well, Mad World, but there was another one that wasn't as well received as Mad World. But
Which was that?
I don't remember the name of it offhand. But
Describe it.
well, I remember that they did a whole thing about where you would fight on an elevator, which you fight on elevators all the time in fighting games. I don't remember what it's called. I just remember. Hey, sorry, I didn't mean to punch you in the face. I just remember reading about it online on IGN and all that. I never actually played it, but Wii was the little white box that could.
Yep.
And hey there, buddy. You know why you gotta be kicking me in the face? It's fine. I'll let you. You can defeat Jack. I don't need to be there. It's all right. It's fine. Jack is all you. You know you can do it.
All right.
Even though I
Get
still
Jack.
jumped into that and didn't win.
All right, you were saying about this game. Describe it.
I don't remember the name of it, but it was it was like a low poly beat 'em up thing for the Wii. I don't remember the name of it, but maybe I will later, and I'll mention it on the show. But I just remember the Wii was the little white box that could. It was the Switch before the Switch.
Yep.
A lot of people bought it. A lot of people were trying to make games for it. But unfortunately for the Wii, there were only, a lot of people just bought the Wii and that was it. They were just like, like Wii Sports, that's all I need,
Yep.
So it was unfortunate. It wasn't the success that the Switch is having right now. Where
people
you
are
can
buying it and
actually
actually playing it.
Well, and they're buying games for it. That's
Right.
what's great. So you can get fucking amazing games on there, like Darkest Dungeon or Celeste, like two of my favorite games of this year so far. So you get all these like third-party games, which is great.
Sorry.
It's all right. I'm still in here. I got 6 lives. You got 4, man. I'm all right. You can kick me in the face.
Oh, was that a little smack talk there?
Just saying, I got a lot more lives than you. So if you accidentally kick me,
All right.
I'll be fine. And see, I might have accidentally killed you because, oh no, you're still alive, thankfully.
I'm all right. I got skates.
Well, you should do the move. You know that, like, if you walk close enough to them and grab them and hit up, you can do the move where you like jump on their head and punch them in the face.
I gotta try that out.
That was my favorite. My favorite move. See, I never had it. Well, I have a Genesis now, but I didn't have one growing up. But I know Streets of Rage moves through Virtual Console. And I don't know how to. I know how to play as fucking Skate. Here, maybe you should get that apple.
Where's the apple? Oh, there.
This apple right there. Yeah, you should take that. Because you're almost dead. But yeah, next time you grab the character, just hit. I think you might have to hit up or up and B or up and A. I mean, up in your jump button. But you can jump on their head and punch them a bunch. But you gotta grab them first. There's this piano down here. Nobody's playing it. It kind of sounds like Grab the Punk or something.
Don't you miss the days when characters spoke and you didn't really know what they were saying?
Yeah, right? I always thought he was saying up the punks because my friend Alex would always say that when he was drunk.
Did he also go out and fight in the streets of rage?
He might have. I don't know. He was kind of a crazy dude. Oh, wait, no. I need one of those chickens.
There you go.
You can have the other one. Oh, Barbon, come on. I thought we were friends. Why you gotta be punching me? Donovan, Y Signal. I love that one of them's called Y Signal, like Yield Signal. Is that his name? Yeah, Barbon's the main dude here.
I like that they gave everybody a name.
Well, yeah, back in the day, you could. All right, I'm gonna up the punk you here, Barbon. No, this is like the perfection of beat 'em ups, where
Sure.
give them a move that you can do where you don't lose any life. It's a powerful move that's like a combination of buttons, and then give you one that you can do at any time by hitting one button and you'll lose some life. That's all you need. That's what Duke's doing right here.
What are your thoughts on this versus Final Fight? What's better?
Does this game have multiple paths? Because I know Final Fight 3 does.
I don't remember.
See, I like Streets of Rage a lot, but if it does, I don't remember if you can do multiple paths or not. Because if you can't, I'll have to give it to Final Fight 3. Because Final Fight 3 you can play it many times, and there'll be different ways you can go.
But this game has the Genesis attitude.
True. Hey, man. Hey, you're doing the thing. You did the thing where you jump on the head, but you did it to me. Don't do it to me. We're friends, remember, man?
Sorry about that.
It's funny because Axel looks a lot like Cody from Final Fight 1. And Cody was one of my favorite Street Fighter guys, too. In like the Street Fighter Alpha. Because it's funny because Cody pretty much checked himself into jail because after he beat the Mad Gear Gang from Final Fight 1, he just couldn't get the fight out of him, so he just kept randomly fighting people on the street. So he ended up checking himself into jail, so he would not just beat up random innocent people anymore. And I thought that was a funny story. So like he wears like handcuffs and he's in his jail suit in Street Fighter Alpha 3.
I always thought Cody was such like a normal name. Like Cody.
No, he is, but I think it's funny. I think the lore of Cody is funny. Where they're like,
I want that to be the name of the next game. The lore of
Cody, yeah. Well, lore is the whole thing, like the whole like side stories of characters and all that. I kind of love lore. Like I think that's what makes a lot of video game characters interesting is the lore behind them. Like Splatoon and ARMS, where it's like, it's the end of the world. Everybody's dead. Do we know why? I don't know, but this guy he's got stretchy arms, and he had it from out 9, and
there you go.
This guy hates this guy because this one thing that happened, like, completely off game, Sorry.
Or that's, arms, like everybody has spring arms one day. Why? I don't know. Play the game.
That's what I'm saying. Well, it's like the lore. Well, the lore is like when they have backstories where it's like, this is why Ribbon Girl doesn't like Dr. whatever, because of this.
Dude, what's up?
Hey, are we being too loud? We're playing your favorite game. Up the bugs. Sorry.
Don't ratapa me.
Oh, that's you. I got him. I got Yield Signal. He ain't got nothing on me. Can you do this like you in Final Fight? You can like this is like a secret. You can punch him off the screen.
Oop.
Oh, sorry.
You threw him into me.
I just threw him. You happened to be in the way. There's turkey over there. Go eat the turkey. I don't want to.
Me.
I'm trying to. I didn't hit you. Here, eat one of these turkeys.
Oh shit, I missed one.
Oh, we went to the next part. Oh, you can't hit those guys, I guess. Yeah, eat that apple. There's shit over here too.
I want money. I don't beat these guys up for free. I need money.
Well, you know, sometimes you find money under boxes that control shit, or whatever that is.
That's what I learned from video games.
That money's ever under everything?
Money, turkey, whatever you want.
Especially under, like, pots and stuff. You find rupees from breaking shit.
That's why I always go to laboratories. You know, I try to beat up the.
Way to spin through that door there.
That's how I enter every room.
I would love to enter every room like that. Oh, sorry. You needed that apple more than I did. I'm getting punched.
Oops, sorry.
Ah! I'm getting punched from every angle.
You need that money. You recall, what is the plot of Streets of Rage 2?
I honestly don't know. Probably somebody's girlfriend got kidnapped, or there's a mayor that. Oh no, wait, that's Final Fight. There's no mayor in here, I don't think. Because, you know, Mike Hagar, he was the mayor of Final Fight.
The shirtless, ass-kicking mayor.
Yeah.
Honestly, if somebody ran for mayor with their shirt off and just like a little strap going over their shoulder, I'd vote for that guy. You know, he had muscles, whatever. He looks pretty tough. I'd vote for him.
I mean, probably somebody did wrong for one thing, and some gang made the main characters angry for whatever reason. Because isn't Axel a cop? I thought
Axel's the cop.
like
the
Axel Foley.
probably where they took the inspiration.
Yeah, well, except he's not black, but yeah, you know, Beverly Hill Cop.
Hmm? Axel, Skate, and Blaze.
Well, supposedly Streets of Rage was created because of Sega having a lack of Final Fight.
Right.
You know, because Final Fight was only on Super Nintendo.
That was the direct.
And Sega was like, well, we need one, so they made Streets of Rage 1.
Well, they did a great job.
Well, Streets of Rage 1 is okay, but Streets of Rage 2 was when
Sorry.
you're doing the move. You're doing the move that I told you that's great, but you're doing it to me. Don't do it to me. But no, Streets of Rage 2 was the one where they just brought it all together, and they're like, all right, that's how we fucking do it.
Sorry.
Stop kicking me.
Sorry.
Dude, come on. Come on.
My skates.
Jet's almost dead. I mean, you guys are both one syllable. You guys should take each other out. Jet versus Skate. All right, Jet is down. The Jet is down. It's not alive.
Stage 2 clear.
I don't even remember how many stages are on here.
I don't know.
I mean, most of these you can play through in like 30 minutes or so. Is that too long for you?
No.
I said 30 minutes and you're like, oh. You like let out a big sigh. You're like, I don't think I can do 30 minutes.
I'm ready for more. Bring the pain.
I'm here to bring the pain. I know that's
look at that.
Lyrics from something. I'm here to bring the pain about my the pain.
I got a pipe, bitch.
It needs to be like a like it needs to be all KK. And you're like
I'd like to hear the KK Slatter cover of the Streets of Rage 2 soundtrack, please.
I bet you I could find it. Like I said, it's a rabbit hole. Like you just look up KK songs and you're gonna find all of them.
For those of you who don't know, I just found out today. You can basically look up on YouTube any song and do a KK Slatter cover.
So here's some cool Easter eggs. So Streets of Rage is called Bare Knuckle in Japan.
Bare Knuckle.
So that's why there's Bare Knuckle. That's why there's Bare Knuckle arcades here.
Really?
Yeah, it's like Biohazard versus Resident Evil.
Resident Evil.
Same sort of thing. Resident Evil is called Biohazard in Japan, and Streets of Rage in Japan is called Bare Knuckle.
I think we got the better title over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, Streets of Rage.
Well, what is it? There's the SNK game also that I got on Switch, Burning Knuckle, which I think was probably trying to get some of the rage of Streets of Rage. Or trying to get some of the fire from Streets of Rage.
How does it compare?
It's not as good as Streets of Rage 2, but I think it's as good or better than Streets of Rage 1. That's what I'd say. Or Final Fight 1 or 2, you know. Like, the way I feel is, like, once they started adding, like, more moves and, like, multiple pathways, that's when they made it really good. But Streets of Rage 2, whether it has multiple pathways or not, like, all of the stages are incredibly interesting. Like, all the bad guys are interesting. Like, we're at a fucking amusement park right now.
Yep.
We're in the pirate area. You can already see, like, you already see the, whatever you call it, the main brace mayhem or whatever it is. I know it was DKC2 had that, but I remember this level in particular. Like, you go to a baseball diamond at one point. It's great. It's like it's just all this shit that you never expected. And I'm already, like, getting way more entertained by this than I ever was for Eternal Champions. Which, if you're interested in that, click the video. It's probably under this video somewhere. Or to the side, wherever.
Yeah, I like Eternal Champions. Don't knock Eternal Champions. It's a fun game.
Yeah, but Streets of Rage 2 is way better than Eternal Champions.
Two different genres, though.
Streets of Rage is the Eternal Champion, though.
Streets of Rage. Is it the best Genesis game? What do you think?
I wouldn't. I like Genesis. Don't get me wrong, but I wouldn't necessarily. Let's say I'm stuck on an island somewhere, and I only have one Genesis game that I can take with me.
What is it?
I don't know if I would take Streets of Rage.
You need it?
Well, no, you need it, dude.
I need it. What am I at here?
I have 5 lives. You have like 0. I think that's all you, dude.
Need it. Yep, there we go.
Oh, you have 4.
I got 4.
Now you have 4. You had 3, and now you have 4. But Desert Island Genesis game. What would you take? If you could only take one Genesis game with you, what would you take? Like what? I mean, Streets of Rage you can beat in like a half hour. Like, do you want something more substantial? I mean, it's still a lot of fun, but I think I would have to pick one of the Phantasy Star games because I think those are probably my favorite Genesis games. I would say like Phantasy Star 4 or 2, or like what was it? Beyond Oasis. That game's really good too. That's another Genesis game I really liked. But I think I would go for more of an adventure game that's a little bit longer, I guess. Even though it's kind of hard to say because like Streets of Rage, yeah, you can play through all of it in one sitting, but it still is a lot of fun. Like, it's easy for you to come back to.
Yep.
But if you play like Phantasy Star and you beat it in like 30 hours, you may not want to necessarily get back into it right after.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to do it again, whereas this one you can just pick up and play it anytime, pretty much over and over. I don't know, I might point to Sonic 2. It's my favorite Sonic game.
Yeah, no, that was your favorite. My favorite was Sonic CD, but that's on Sega CD.
Yep.
But I think Sonic 1 is better than Sonic 2.
I disagree because of the spin dash.
What's going on with your character over
I have
there?
no idea. Look at this. What's going on here?
You were
so every time I hold over, this is what happens. I go like crazy. Okay, now it's stop doing that. Perfect. Good.
I don't know. You're glitching out, dude. I don't know why you're glitching out. I thought that I was the one that like had the controller that was about to die.
Yeah, maybe I picked up some street drugs by accident. I don't know.
See, now we're going into a giant monster's mouth.
Yep. A lot of variety in this game.
See, no, this is why this game is great, because now we're in fucking Alien 2 here, or Alien 3 or whatever. We're in one of them. Yeah, that's why this game is awesome, because every new stage is great. It's like basically everything I would want from a beat 'em up.
Yeah.
Where it's like, hey, can we go to a fucking Alien stage? Yeah, we totally can do that.
Yep.
Let's do it right here.
I don't know. This game to me, it's like, I don't know. It's the epitome of something, but I don't know exactly.
You mean the epitome of greatness?
Like
bottled into a game is what you mean?
80s B moviness. I don't know. Like,
well, I can't remember. There's a Japanese game that all of these all these beat 'em ups are based on. I can't remember it offhand right now, but from the podcast that I listened to, I heard about it. But yeah, there's a particular Japanese film that came out. Maybe it's called Burning Knuckle, or it's similar to that name, to Bare Knuckle or Burning Knuckle or whatever. And it's basically the inspiration for all these games that you yearn for, pretty much. Like Final Fight.
Yep.
It's and where like the chains and all that you see in here, you know, where the characters always have the chains.
Sorry.
Dude, I had that guy. You didn't need to hit me. Yeah, I got P signal. I don't know what the P signal is, but you know, I got him. Oh yeah, there's another move too.
Well, just look at this game. I mean, look at this. I'm on skates. I got a sword. Listen to the soundtrack. This is just like, if you could like distill badass into a video game, you'd get Streets of Rage 2.
I mean, you ain't gotta convince me. I'm a huge fan of this game. I fight for the Streets of Rage. I would like to get the cartridge, but it's not cheap because it's one of the best. I mean, you know, any great game of any system is pretty much is sought after, especially a system from like 20 years ago or 25 years ago. I mean, this is the 25th anniversary of this one. Take that P signal. You can't pee if there ain't no P signal. Don't hit me. I got my fucking sword, man. I'm gonna fuck you up.
You picked up my sword?
Oh, and now we gotta fight a giant alien head.
Logically.
What is it called? Vahelus? Or Vahelts? Yeah, it's all about the jump kicks. Yeah, fuck that dude.
So when I
fuck
die,
you,
I
Vahelts.
explode just like that.
And we're like holding each other here. I don't know how to. I'm trying to let go of you. I don't know how. I can't. I don't know how to quit you, Skate.
Hold me, Axel. Hold me.
Hold me close, Axel. Streets of Rage. I don't know what his last name is. Just say everyone's last name is Streets of Rage, and they're all related somehow.
Yeah,
so here we got
that's totally Blanca.
You got Zamza. He
Look at this guy.
Yeah, no, I see him.
Complete fucking ripoff of Blanca.
No, he's even doing the flip, the forward flip. You know, the roll,
Yep.
the Blanca roll. He's still doing that. He's doing it like it's going out of style. He's like, man, I did the flip way before anybody else.
I'm entering my initials.
Oh yeah, because you died. You got to come back to life now. Hit starter.
Continue
No, you can continue. Yeah.
Here we go. Select player. I'm gonna be Max this time, maybe.
You know,
who should I be?
Be somebody that's like gonna come back and help me because I'm like fighting on my own here.
Blaze.
Oh no, you're the lady. Oh yeah, no, Blaze is the lady. But isn't the other guy kind of somewhat like a Hagar looking dude?
Brute. Yep.
He kind of looks like Hagar. He's got the big.
You got a beat 'em up game. You need a brute of some kind.
But he probably doesn't have the spinning pile driver like Hagar does in Final Fight 3.
He's also probably not a mayor. He doesn't have the political influence.
Yeah, right. Well, you know, there was all this weird thing between like Cody and Guy, you know, where like for some reason Guy wasn't in the release, wasn't in the Super Nintendo release for whatever reason. It was Cody and Hagar, but the original game was Cody, Hagar, and Guy, right?
Maybe they didn't get along.
I don't know. But Guy also became a Street Fighter character as well. I didn't like him as much as Cody. Cody was my favorite, but
they should have put some Streets of Rage characters into Eternal Champions.
Well, yeah, they should have. If they only would have known, right? I'm hoping that, you know, I hope that Streets of Rage is not dead. It sucks that
Wouldn't that be great?
That its 25th anniversary happened and Sega didn't do shit about it, you know? It's a shame.
I think there's I think there's never really been a great 3D beat 'em up game. You know,
what about what about Die Hard? No, I'm kidding.
Die Hard, yeah.
The arcade, yeah, that one was pretty ridiculous.
I thought Mad World was fantastic.
No, Mad World was great,
Yeah.
but it was also kind of like
It doesn't really feel like
it was a weird game at the time. I didn't feel like it had a whole lot of extra stuff. I mean, I bought it when it came out.
I think there was a lot to it. There was a lot of variety to it. But
once you beat the game, there wasn't a whole lot else to do.
It doesn't feel to me like Streets of Rage, though. I mean, it feels like a little bit of a different kind of thing.
I mean, it's great. Like, you can do all this cool shit to people, but I mean, you beat the game pretty
Slicing guys
quickly.
in half and, yep. the environment.
I bought it when it came out,
interaction.
and at the time I wished that there was a little more substance to it.
Yep.
Because I mean, I could play it on hard mode, but that wasn't really enough, you know, for me to warrant like paying $60 for it or 50 or whatever it came out as, you know. That's what kind of bummed me out about it. I was like, I wanted more from it.
I only beat that game maybe what 2 or 3 years ago now.
I mean, I beat it when it came out, but then I beat it again because Jeremy and we did an episode about it, about obscure Wii games.
Yep.
And I did Mad World, and I beat it again for that episode. But I think I've only beaten it maybe 3 times. I don't know.
I thought it was a great game, but it doesn't feel to me like.
Do you know that Mad World had a sequel, right?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
No, I didn't know that.
It's called like something Carnage. I have it.
Really?
It's a PS3 game. Yeah, there was a sequel on PS3. I have it here somewhere. I actually haven't played it. I bought it in Champaign when I was seeing Jeremy because it was cheap. It was like $5. But
And is it in the same style graphically?
it's not black and white, no.
No.
But it does supposedly take
character?
place in the same
Or-
universe. I don't know if Jack's in it or not, but it is like considered the spiritual successor of whatever.
Spirituals.
Yeah, I think it's supposed. I have to look at it. It's
You would do that to a woman, you monster.
well, because you can actually beat up girls in this, and on the Super Nintendo Final Fight, in the arcade you could beat up women, but Nintendo was against that, so they took all of the women out and changed them into men. Because
They
they're
weren't
like,
against that in Battletoads versus Double Dragon.
well, that's a different game.
Yeah.
Well, because what I heard, Nintendo like limited it. That's why the Call Girl was changed to Call Man. And no, seriously, in
Call
Final
Man
Fight
is better.
in Final Fight 3, there's a Call Man. But no, you couldn't beat up any of the girls. And it's funny because one of the characters, like one of the female gangster characters from Final Fight 3, is a playable character in Street Fighter 5. Her name is Poison, but it's one of the. But yeah, no, these females here, like you couldn't on the Super Nintendo one, they wouldn't do it. They cut it out. They're like, oh no, you can't beat up girls.
That's a Genesis thing.
Yeah, no, that's Genesis trying to be hardcore over Nintendo there.
But I remember on NES, on Battletoads versus Double Dragon, like you would grab a woman by the hair and like punch her in the face and flip her over your shoulder.
All right, so I'm big dude now.
Oop.
I mean, as much as I love Axel, I'm the Hagar wannabe now.
Yep. What's his name? Max.
Max.
Of course.
Max Payne. Or what was it? Max Power. What is it? You either do it right or wrong, or the Max Power way.
What was that from? Oh,
The
yeah,
Simpsons.
yeah.
Yeah. What's the Max Power way? It's like the wrong one, but faster.
Oh.
You don't cuddle with Max Power. You just strap in and feel the G's.
Sorry.
Max Power, nice name. Thanks. I got it off a hairdryer. I love that episode. I love these little fire-breathing dudes too. Big Go is his name. He's like go big or go home. Big Ben and Big Go, but they're both bigs.
Gotcha. What does she say when she does that?
Up the punks? I don't know.
Let's listen. Hold on.
Well, I'm fighting the bigs here, so I mean I gotta
Get out of here, Biggs.
I gotta kill the bigs.
Hold on.
Yeah, see now we were in the well, every game has to have an elevator fight. Every fighting game, every beat 'em up has to have an elevator fight. Did you ever play Mortal Kombat Mythologies?
Just at your house.
It's
Once,
not a good game, but
No.
I bought it in high school because I was determined that it would be good.
Yep.
But it's basically Mortal Kombat trying to be like, hey, why don't we make like a game like this,
beat 'em
like
up,
with the
yep.
Mortal Kombat characters?
But they didn't
Sounded-
change the controls at all, really.
Sounded like a great idea, but there's a turnaround button, which was really dumb. Yeah, no, they kept the controls the same, and there's a turnaround button. But later on the PS2, the Shaolin Monks game like kind of fixed it. That one was better. And that one was like a 3D beat 'em up that was pretty good.
There was a PS2 Mortal Kombat beat 'em up game.
There was. Yeah,
Shaolin
it was
Monks?
called Shaolin Monks, and I have it. I bought it. It's a good game. It's basically what mythology should have been. You play as, I believe you play as Kung Lao and Liu Kang at the beginning, but you can unlock like Scorpion and Sub-Zero and some other characters. I think you can get Raiden in there also, but yeah, that was a good game. It was a beat 'em up, and you could do finishing moves, and you'd unlock more moves as you went, so that it had like RPG stuff in it, you know.
Right.
So it was cool. It was a good game. I had a lot of fun with it.
Off we go. We've gone down this elevator for some reason. We don't know. Where are we now?
I think we've made it into we've made it into wrestling now.
What is the story of Streets of Rage 2? Do you remember?
You asked me that earlier. I told you I don't know offhand.
I don't know.
I know the Final Fight one. I know about the Mad Gear Gang and what's his face losing his daughter and all that. But I know that Axel's a cop.
Yep.
And Blaze is probably a cop too. But Max looks like a wrestler. And Abadady, this guy, he looks like a wrestler as well. And we're in some sort of like underground wrestling area
match,
here.
Yeah. We've passed the... Okay, so we started out in the streets, and then we fought some alien eggs for some reason.
Well, Streets of Rage 2 goes to a lot more places than just the streets. That's why it's a great game. I mean, we're in an amusement park right now. That's where we went to like the pirate exhibit, and we went to the alien exhibit, and now we're in like the pit fighter exhibit or something. I don't know.
Stage 4, clear.
We're still in it. We're still in it to win it here.
Of course. All right, so where are we?
So
now?
are we in a blimp now? Is that why everything's moving? All right, Guden. I'll show you Guden. Anarchy Reigns is, I think, is what it's called. The sequel to Mad World. Anarchy Reigns.
I never heard of that.
I'll show you. I will show you the. I will show the game to you after this because I have it. So if you hit forward and your regular thing, you'll do up the punks. Well, that's your special move. That's also another move. Forward and that. Hit forward B. There it is. You can do up the punks all you want.
Up the punk.
Got some gold bars. It's always rocking.
Oh yeah.
This music's so good. I mean, I'm like a broken record here, but yeah, it's one of my favorite game soundtracks.
What do you like about it so much?
I mean, what's not to like about it? Listen to it, dude. It's fucking rocking. It's not repetitive.
Sorry.
It's it's like it's keeping the rock going through the whole thing. Actually, I mean, the first time I played this game when I was in high school, you want to know why I liked it?
Why?
I liked the music because it reminded me of Dr. Dre.
Really?
Yeah. Well, because a lot of the gangster rap at the time had it was all like synthesizer like this, like na 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 na. It reminded me of like Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg, the backgrounds, which I really liked, and that's why I liked them at the time, and that's why I really dug the soundtrack. I was like, oh, this fucking reminds me of all those cool backgrounds or all the background tracks from all that gangster rap I listened to. But listening to it now in my late 30s, it's not a nostalgia thing for me.
It's just
I kind of hate the term nostalgia almost because, like I'm not, nostalgia's for people that liked the thing and then stopped liking it for like 20 years and they like it. They look at it now because it reminds them of 20 years ago. See, I'm not that person. I'm the man boy that never left it. So nostalgia doesn't really work for me. That's why I was kind of joking on the show when I was like, oh yeah, Dragon Quest Builders gives me nostalgia of 2 years ago. Because it reminded me of like when I first started playing Dragon Quest games seriously, and I was trying to joke because I think nostalgia is not really a thing for me,
Right.
Like I don't.
You always like the thing.
Yeah. So it doesn't really it doesn't remind me of like being a kid because like all the shit I liked as a kid, I never stopped liking, And thankfully, since I like something like Nintendo that never changes. I mean, well, they do change, but they keep a lot of their stuff the same, which I admire that about them.
Same feeling. It changes, but it gives it the same feeling of wonder and.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of like newer games that I don't like.
Yep.
But Nintendo keeps it real, man. They keep it like it was in the '80s, and I guess you could argue that that's nostalgia, but. Yep. But it's not really nostalgia because I've stayed with that for my whole life. I've played Nintendo games for my entire life. And I'm not like, I'm going to play this Mario game because it reminds me of being a kid, because it doesn't. My favorite Nintendo times in my mind was like when I was in like late high school or college, when I was like old enough to know what I was playing and and realize the greatness of the game, So that's why I don't really, where I'm kind of like, I don't know if nostalgia is really a thing for me, Because it also kind of feels like an excuse sometimes. Where it's like, oh, I like this bad game because it reminds me of better games. Well, it's like, but don't play that game then. I'm not going to get into it because I'm drunk, but like Star Wars Episode 7, which I thought was a total piece of shit.
Okay.
And people were like, oh no, it's great because it reminds me of the original movie. I was like, but I've been watching Star Wars like since I was like fucking 2, and this is not a good movie. Like, there's way better movies than this. I mean, I think you like it because there was so much hatred for the prequels that this movie pretty much got a free pass.
Right.
That's basically what it is. It's not a good movie in any way, but people were like, oh no, wait, it's not like the prequels.
It's better.
But it is like the prequels, though, because it still has shitty CGI. It still has badly developed characters. It still has a story that goes nowhere. Except the prequels had some interesting stuff that was way more fun. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Do you think the prequels were better?
Oh, yeah, dude. Hands down.
Really?
Yeah, Force Awakens is my least favorite Star Wars movie.
Really?
Yeah, hands down. I hate that fucking movie. I saw it 2 times.
Worse than Phantom Menace.
Yes, worse than Phantom Menace. It's after Phantom Menace for me. Phantom Menace is second to last, and Force Awakens is last.
Strong words.
Yeah. But that's how I feel. Because Phantom Menace, say whatever the fuck you want about Jar Jar, but that lightsaber fight was fucking badass. And you know what? That race was pretty badass too. There was enough good things in that makes me like it more. I don't think either of them are good movies, but there's more to like in Phantom Menace than there is in Force Awakens. Is what I'm saying.
Episode 1
for me
spawned a pretty good video game.
Well, yeah. I have a T-shirt. I have a T-shirt of it. Yeah, the pod racing game. But I love the fuck out of the lightsaber fights like that. No matter who you are, that fucking Darth Maul fight is awesome, and the music for that, the nut is amazing too. And the music never hit that level. I mean, at least the prequels, I was like, like some of them are pretty dumb, but at least the music is like badass.
I don't remember
but the music
specific theme from Episode 7.
Right? No, there isn't. There isn't one. That's why the music is not there. Like I don't know. I thought the movie was pretty boring, to tell you the truth. Like through all of it. And it was like, oh, hey, they're like, hey, what sort of cameo can we have here?
Right.
Let's have these guys from the raid, which I never saw and don't really give a shit about. Let's have them come up and wink at the camera for a second, and then walk away, and then we'll watch Han Solo get chased by a giant infected testicle, which is a CGI horrible thing that belongs in the prequels, right? Well, we were talking against the prequels. I don't know. I'm just saying. There's more things to like in those movies than 7. That's what I'm getting at. And I got so much shit on the internet for not liking that movie. They're like, oh wait, no, you don't like whatever somebody puts in front of you and tells you should like. You have an opinion? No, you suck.
As a casual fan of Star Wars.
Yeah, it's like I'm a casual fan that like maybe watched episode 1 and never watched any of the other prequels, but I love this one.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
you don't know shit, man.
I'm just a casual fan. I appreciated episode 7. I enjoyed it. I didn't think about it very much.
It made me depressed for like a year.
Really?
I got depressed over it, yeah. I was fucking depressed. Because I thought that maybe, you can say whatever you want about George Lucas. A lot of people give him a hard time. I gave him a hard time myself, but but I was like, all right, so it's not George Lucas anymore. It's going to be good, right? And then it's like, no, it's not. It's not good. I watched it, and I thought I enjoyed it, but the more I thought about it, I was like, no, wait, this is the dumb movie.
So your impression
dumb movie
was you had a good time, you liked the movie, but then you slept on it.
Until I thought about it. I mean, I was like, it's like when you're in an experience and you're like, everybody else is like yelling at this band that maybe I don't like this band, but they're into it, so maybe I should be like, yeah, like they're saying, yeah, That's kind of how it was. And then I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, no, wait, no, this was dumb, this other thing was dumb. And I was like, oh, wait, what was the whole reason I wanted to see this for? Oh, yeah, the whole reason I wanted to see this was to watch the original cast of Star Wars come back and have the chemistry that they had in the original movies. It was great. And you know what you can't have? That. Because they killed Han Solo, and Luke wasn't in it, and we will never see... He's in it for a second.
Yeah.
You see him, and he just looks at the camera, and that's all it is. And I'm like, all right, cool. The one thing that I really was excited about from this movie, I can't have. It's not in there.
Let down, after all these years, that all 3 of them never appeared
together.
Together, yep.
No, they didn't.
It's game over for me, folks.
Oh God, I got so like emotional here about episode 7, which has nothing to do, which I should not even talk about episode 7 with Streets of Rage 2, because Streets of Rage 2 is a beautiful thing. And episode 7 is not a beautiful thing, so I should be talking about Streets of Rage. I should not let horrible things destroy my love of Streets of Rage here.
I mean, look, we're on the beach now. Just relax. Have a good time. This is
Beach
of Rage now.
I thought that we were going to make it the whole way through the game, but we're going to... I don't know where... We're at like 50 minutes, so... We can... we'll see how far I can get.
All right. And I will cheer you on.
I love that I'm fighting Pheasant. This guy's name is Pheasant. Not Peasant,
That is completely
Pheasant.
random. Maybe now we're going soft because we're on the beach.
I mean, I have beat all the Streets of Rage, but
Feather.
if you didn't notice from my episode 7 rant, I'm a little drunk. I mean, I wouldn't get into an episode 7 rant if I wasn't drunk, but I might even actually. I might do it sober because that movie really broke my heart. But I like the last one, so that's cool. The one that everybody hated, I like that one.
I like that one too.
Yeah, because everybody was so pissed about it because it's funny, they were pissed that it didn't do what the fan theories were.
Right.
But you know why I like the new one?
Because it didn't do what the fan theories were.
No, the reason I like the new one is that it was like so much fuck 7. It's like a lot of what it was. It's like, this happened in 7? Well, fuck this. Mm-hmm. It's like, Snoke, fuck him, he's dead. It's like Kylo Ren's dumb hat, fuck that, that's destroyed. It's like that base from episode 7. We're gonna destroy it right at the beginning of the movie. Like everything in the movie was all like fuck 7, and I was like, that's awesome. I hated that. It's like I hated that movie. Yeah, and throwing the lightsaber also.
I thought that was hilarious.
It was all like fuck 7, and I was like, yes, fuck 7. 7 sucked. So that's why I love the fuck out of the new one, because I was like, yeah, Rian Johnson, like fuck JJ, he's a hack. It's a total hack. He ruined Star Trek and then he ruined Star Wars. Fucking dummy. He ruined Star Trek because he wasn't smart enough to understand it. So he tried to turn it into Star Wars. Basically what he did.
Who would you cast in a Streets of Rage movie?
Oh, fuck, I don't know. I mean, according to Max here, some WWE people. I mean, look at him.
Right.
His like abs could like cut cheese or something. You could like, just rub cheese over his abs and it'll just cut it up for you. I mean, I don't know the story of Streets of Rage, so I don't know if it would actually be a good movie.
It doesn't even matter. That was a trick question. As the Streets of Rage movie, I would just record Streets of Rage 2 and put it on the big screen. How about that?
Oh yeah, no, I think I saw you mentioned that before on some way where it's like, hey, this one will just be we'll play through the game.
This is the movie, folks.
I don't think we ever commented on that awesome part in Super Mario Odyssey, but where you go to the movie and you play through the first level of Super Mario Brothers.
Wasn't that fantastic?
That was amazing. I'm glad that you didn't spoil it on the podcast. I really appreciate that.
Oh, no problem. I wouldn't spoil it.
But right after we recorded that, I went right into Super Mario Odyssey to try to find that. I went right for it, and I was like, and I played it, and I was like, that's awesome.
I said, look for the big line.
Yeah, no, that's what I did. I went searching for the big line, and then I found it, and I was like, that's badass.
One of the best parts of the game.
Well, I didn't even think that it would be the game, or maybe I did think that it might be the game, but still, it was still awesome.
I think The Rock would be Max.
Yeah.
Yep.
Who would be Axel? Who would be Axel?
Who would
That's
be
what
Axel?
I want to know.
Oh, I don't know.
Eddie Murphy will be Axel. They could do it. He'd be like,
Sure.
hold on. Yeah, hold up. We could have Judge Reinhold. Could be Axel. I don't think he acts anymore.
Sure.
We're gonna do some Beverly Hills Cop shit. What was it? Channing Tatum. He can be Axel.
He could be
No, I think
Axel,
he's maybe
sure.
too big for Axel.
Maybe too big.
What's his name? Tom Hardy. He could be Axel. How about that?
Could do it, sure. Or
I mean, he's playing Venom now, so maybe he can do it.
Chris Hemsworth. Give him, a funky mullet or something, you know.
Yeah, Chris Hemsworth is pretty big.
He could do it. Who would be Skate?
Oh, what? Will Smith's kid? No, it's gotta be a young dude. What about the kid from Stranger Things?
Sure, you can be Skate.
He's a pretty good actor. I mean, he was great in
Can
Stranger
he
Things.
skate, though?
I mean, he should be able to learn. I mean, I thought he was great in Stranger Things. He could do it, right?
I'd ask him to do a blazing backflip on skates. If he could backflip on skates and cause some flames to happen. You got the part, kid.
I mean, you know that Netflix is like funding everything nowadays.
Sure.
They could do a Streets of Rage series, right?
I would love it.
I mean, they're all about like, hey, there's a South Park joke on like this season where they were trying to get their, they're like superheroes like the Coon and all that. They're trying to get a Netflix series.
Sure.
And they call Netflix, and Netflix is like, hi, you're greenlit. How are you? Because apparently it's not that easy.
Because they got tons of shows.
Well, because there's a show like every fucking week on Netflix.
I don't even know how they do it.
They're in debt a lot, I guess, is what I heard. They owe a lot of money. It's weird, like Netflix stuff, like the same with like, it's like Game of Thrones. Like everybody loved that, but it's like this is a cable TV channel. Like all you can really get is just more subscriptions. It's not like that you're gonna make like 200 million off of it or something, or maybe you will, but it's not like a movie, where it's like, oh, the ticket sales are this, It's more like, oh no, now we have more people who have HBO cable boxes or whatever. It's weird, like Same thing with Netflix. It's like pretty much everyone has Netflix. So how can you
get more?
Yeah, like where can you go from here? Like, aren't you already on the top of the world?
You know how you can get more? Streets of Rage, the series.
Yeah, but who does? Who here? Do you know anybody who doesn't have Netflix? Because I don't. I don't know anybody who doesn't have Netflix. Even my mom does. That's she doesn't have like Hulu and like Crunchyroll or all those extra weird ones, but she has Netflix. Like everybody has Netflix.
Have you asked your mom if she has Crunchyroll? Maybe she does.
You know what Crunchyroll is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the anime. It's the anime instant one. Yeah, I had it for like a month, but unfortunately, I don't watch as much anime as I'd like to. I'm trying to watch more.
Yeah, I watch the free Crunchyroll. I don't know.
Well, yeah. No, you can watch it for free, but you gotta watch like commercials and shit.
Yep.
I watched Lily Cat. Have you seen that? That's like a sci-fi horror movie. Jess and I watched that on Crunchyroll. It's pretty good.
Okay.
It felt really influenced by Akira, but it turned out that Lily Cat came out before Akira, so maybe Lily Cat influenced Akira. It's Do you have Amazon Prime?
I don't.
Oh, okay, because we've been watching. Was it Land of the Lustrous? About these women that are made out of gems.
Okay.
They're like made out of
anime?
rocks. So we've been. I don't know. Jess is like super nerdy about rocks. So
Is that an anime?
she's been enjoying that. Yeah, it's an anime. It's like an exclusive Amazon Prime anime.
Okay.
So we've been watching that one. That's like the only anime I'm watching right now.
Have you seen Devilman Crybaby?
That's on Netflix. That's the Netflix exclusive one. I haven't seen that one yet, but I hear it's good.
I watched the first episode. It's so fucked up. Like, I may continue watching it. It's like.
That was on my list. My list of anime was, the two that I wrote down was Land of the Lustrous and the Devilman Baby one. But the Land of the Lustrous actually really hit home because, like I said, Jess is a big rock nerd, and all the different characters are like they have like rock bodies, like they're based off of actual like minerals that exist in the world and all that shit. So she was totally down with it on that. Like there's a character called Bort, which is Bort is an actual rock. It's like a diamond that you wouldn't know about unless you were a rock nerd. But yeah, no, it's actually the shit that they talk about the rocks is actually real. It's all real stuff. So, and it looks fucking gorgeous too. Like it's animated. Like yeah, it looks amazing. Like they do the computer animation with hand-drawn animation. They do that together really well. And this stream is sponsored by Land of the Lustrous.
Get it on.
If anybody's still watching this at like almost an hour, thank you. We have a podcast called NintenDomain.
Streets of Rage.
You could check it out. Even though this isn't even a Nintendo game, but now that it's available on multiple Nintendo systems, I consider it a Nintendo game. That's how I.
Reminder: we are playing this on the Wii U.
Yeah, we are playing it on the Wii U. On the Wii U. But my favorite version of this, you can actually buy it on 3DS. You can buy Streets of Rage 3D, which is fucking awesome.
I don't know. I think at this point, classic Sega is Nintendo.
Well, they haven't had a system in a long time, and when after the Dreamcast, they've been making games for Nintendo. So I feel that all Sega games are fair game for a Nintendo podcast because it's pretty much Nintendo. Now it is.
Wouldn't you love if Nintendo just bought Sega outright? And like,
I'm surprised they didn't.
Yeah. I mean, Sega's got such great properties, which look, we've given them a long time, and they've really.
Damn
not
you,
done
Sparrow!
much with them.
Damn you, Sparrow! Some dude named Sparrow's like kicking my ass right now. And Hail, all hail Sparrow. Ibis.
How many different names are in Streets of Rage 2? I want somebody to just find a list of all the names.
Oh, there's got to be a lot of them. There's got to be like 20 at least, or 30.
If somebody could find that list and send it to NintenDomain, I'd appreciate that very much.
I'll fuck you up. Oh, no.
What I think is funny about Streets of Rage is like, look at all these guys.
Is how great it is?
Well, it's outrageous, but look at all these guys and their little outfits. Like, they all got coordinated to go out.
Well, they are in a gang now, so I mean, you gotta wear the colors.
Sure.
You gotta wear white and red here. Anri, he's totally wearing it. Anri and Soya. I mean, they're actually not matching, but they're a gang where you can use all sorts of different colors.
You can have a locker room where
you can have pink.
Guys, let's go out and fight. Let's get ready.
You can have
you got
pink.
your shoulder pads.
You can have pink and black. You can have white and red. Whatever you want. We're one of those gangs where it's like, hey man, whatever you want to wear, it's cool. We got your back, dude. It's all right. We are that type of gang. We're all it's all about whatever you want to do. It's not about what we want to do. It's what you want to do. So Soya, if you want to rock this pink and black,
do it.
Totally do it, man. We're into that. We're into pink mohawks.
That guy's a great laugh.
Soya?
Yep. I wish I laughed like that all the time. That was my default laugh.
I'm just gonna knife this guy until he's dead right here. This is how you play Streets of Rage 2. Just wait for him to get up, and then you knife him.
Knife him.
Uh-oh. Oh, I waited for a second. I thought he might get me. No, Soya. Bon voyage, Soya. Or Soyanora. Soya. It's trying to be witty on that one. Uh-oh. Music changed. Shit's going down. Oh god, I have to fight a robot now?
Uh-oh.
Wait, two of them? Particle? What's the other one? Particle and Molecule. Okay.
Armless RoboCops.
Oh my god. It's like I'm like stuck in a... I'm in like a They Might Be Giants song here. It's like Particle Man and Molecule Man. Oh my god. Oh, they got the spinny arms. Spinny arms is the worst.
I'm sorry, I'm not there to help you, but I'm there in spirit.
You're coaching me.
Yep.
You're the coach here. You're the Streets of Rage 2 coach.
Punch, jump, kick.
I thought you were like doing like Parappa, like
It's all in the mind.
yeah. Turn and chop the door.
If you want to test me, I'm sure you'll find.
I almost bought that because there's a remake on PlayStation 4. I almost bought it the other night because it's on sale. It's for like $5 or something. So I never got the PlayStation 1 version. I mean, I played through all of it,
Right.
but I never owned it. Come on, at least let me beat Particle Man here, or Molecule Man. It's not looking good. Not looking good. Come on, Max. Come on, Max Power. You can do it. Come on, knife the fuck out of that guy. Do it like you did that last dude. Come on, remember the Alamo, or remember something. Come on, you can do it. Oh no.
That was a very strange noise.
That was a Super Nintendo noise. I've heard it before in I don't remember which game, but I've heard that noise. Oh, all right, Mr. Jumpy. You're like, I'm gonna jump around until you can't find me. Come on, fuckhead. Fuckhead.
The latest in technology has resulted in a man who can hop a little.
No, am I dead? Am I dead? Is it?
Game
Oh.
over.
Thanks for watching the Streets of Rage stream here. Man, we did what we could. We tried. We tried for all of you, for all our fans here. You know, check out our podcast. It's more triumphant than our not being able to beat Streets of Rage here.
We didn't have enough rage. We should have brought the rage.
I want to know how much time after you died until I died. Here's your story that you really want. When you're after the battle.
The city that had been plagued with crime and violence was safe and peaceful until the NintenDomain guys failed.
Evil has once again cast its shadow over the city. This is what we saw earlier, but, you know, look at this guy. Look at him. He's not even scary. Mr. X, the syndicate boss believed destroyed by the three young vigilantes. She's Rage 1. Came back to the ever thirties for revenge. She kidnaps Adam in Axel Blaze trap. Axel Blaze out to help their faithful companion, joined by Axel, friend, Max, wrestler, Adam's kid, brother, Skate. Oh, Adam, kid's brother. Right? Adam and the young friends, rage burning inside them, stand for friendship and peace. So yeah, the gang is still doing shit. It's like Mad Gear Gang. It's the same thing.
That's what it's about. Friendship and peace. Now let's knife some bad guys in the face.
You should always knife bad guys in the face.
Streets of Rage 2, brought to you by NintenDomain. Thank you for watching.
1992. 25 years.
Still in a room without a view.